Good morning, children. How are you? I hope you all are in the pink of your health. So, children, today we'll be picking up a poem from the poetry section of your Mulberry textbook. And the poem that we are going to do today is Lines Composed in a Wood on a Windy Day by Anne Bronte. So, children, before we proceed towards reading the poem, let me tell you something about Anne Bronte. So, Anne Bronte was the youngest of the three Bronte sisters who were writers. Anne was educated at home by her aunt till the age of 15 when she joined high school. Her elder sisters were Charlotte and Emily. And Anne's first published book was a collection of poems by all the three sisters. And this collection is called Poems by Currer, Ellis, and Acton Bell. It was published in 1846. Let me tell you, Currer is the pen name of Charlotte Bronte, Ellis is the pen name of Emily Bronte, and Acton Bell is the pen name of Anne Bronte. All the three were very good writers. Now, a brief introduction to the poem. So, children, this poem by Anne Bronte is a typical description of the chaotic windy day. The title, Lines Composed in a Wood. Wood here means forest. So initially the poet says that her soul stops sleeping and her spirit rises high. Then the breeze lifts her up with the wings, the sea and the earth is in pleasure. The aged grass leaves are glancing, naked trees were twisting their branches, while the dead leaves are dancing in a cloudy blue sky day. Finally, she concludes that she can expect rain with wild roaring thunder, and she explains about the way how the wind disturbs her senses. So this poem is a description of autumn season when trees shed their leaves, and the poet feels happy because of the lovely breeze and its effects on the surroundings. So let's read the poem together. Open your books and read along with me. Stanza 1. My soul is awakened, my spirit is soaring. Soaring means flying. And carried aloft on the wings of the breeze. Aloft means rising high. For above and around me the wild wind is roaring, arousing to rapture the earth and the seas. Arousing means to create an emotion, and rapture is a feeling of extreme pleasure. So here in the first stanza, the poetess wants to say that she feels as if her soul has been awakened from a deep sleep after a period of distress. The wind makes the poetess extremely happy, awakening her soul and helping her spirit to rise in joy. It feels as if the breeze has wings and it is carrying her on them. The poetess describes the wind around her as wild and roaring and making the sea and the earth extremely joyous. So, children, now the poetess feels joy at this liveliness that she feels all around because of the lovely breeze that is blowing. I hope stanza 1 is clear. Now moving on to stanza 2. The long withered grass in the sunshine is glancing. The bare trees are tossing their branches on high. The dead leaves beneath them are merrily dancing. The white clouds are scudding across the blue sky. So here scudding means moving quickly. In stanza number 2, the poetess says that long grass which had withered away is shining again in the sunlight. And the bare trees, bare means without leaves because the autumn season has been described here. They are swaying with their branches high in the air. And the leaves which were long dead are dancing in joy, and the white clouds are moving across quickly in the blue sky. So she has presented an image. How the things are changed, how they have been rejoiced after a lovely breeze has started blowing. Moving on to the last and the final stanza of the poem. I wish I could see how the ocean is lashing. Lashing is hitting. The foam of its billows as waves to whirlwinds of spray. I wish I could see how its proud waves are dashing, and hear the wild roar of the thunder today. Now, children, in this stanza, the poetess describes the ocean hitting the shores with its foamy waves in such a manner as if it is a whirlwind of spray, as if it is a hurricane. She says that its high waves are dashing against the shore as if it was a thunder. And the waves which are rising high, they are called proud because they are rising to a very high level. So they have been called as high. And this sort of imagery has been presented in order to show the liveliness all around that the poetess feels because of the lovely breeze. So, the central idea of the poem comes out to be is that the simple beauty of nature has the power to bring joy and happiness in our lives, like the lovely breeze has done to the poet and the surroundings around her. The same can be done to us as well. So, children, I hope you have understood the poem. And after this, I have given you some RTCs to be done from the PDF file attached along. Do that, read the poem on your own, and in case you feel you have a problem, a doubt, or a query, get back to me. Thank you. Stay safe.